This is how I spent 24 hours in Kyoto as someone who's been to Japan twice, and Kyoto is one of my favorite places to visit. We were flying in from Busan in South Korea and took Jeju Air, and it was so cool because they had gongcha on the flight. We landed in Osaka and had to take a train from there to Kyoto, and we made it to our hotel, Mitsui Garden. We did a little room tour and checked it out. I love that the hotels in Japan always give you pajamas, which is such a nice touch. The first thing we did was go to Engine Ramen. I love their zesty ramen on their menu. It's absolutely incredible, and I was dreaming to have this bowl again, so we were so happy. Then we walked around and we found this bar that had some takeaway drinks, so we ended up getting a beer and a highball and just hung out and enjoyed the views of Kamo River. Then I wanted to look at some of the vintage designer stores in Kyoto, but honestly there were so many options, so I got overwhelmed and just left. Then we found this tea shop that was selling iced hojicha tea, so of course I picked some up. They even gave us some mochi while we waited. We walked over to the Babe store and got some Japan exclusive shirts, and obviously we had to pick up some Arabica because the first store literally opened up in Kyoto. We walked around the Teramachi shopping street and we came across this matcha shop that actually had a sign about the matcha shortage, so there was a limit on how much you could get. Then we went to Family Mart and changed, grabbed some drinks, and we went over to one of our other favorite places in Japan, Coco Curry. Japanese curry is literally a warm hug in a bowl, and this is such a satisfying meal. I just cannot explain how good this is. We ended off the night at this patio on Pontocho Alley overlooking the river, and it was such a good day. And then we got ready in the morning for our next stop in Japan, which I will be sharing in my next vlog, so make sure you hit that follow button.